Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with
Welcome back. Ukraine's President Zelensky has claimed Kyiv's troops have full control over the Russian town of Sudzha now, which has a population of 5,000 people and contains infrastructure pumping Russian gas towards Europe. In fact, Sudzha, which is roughly 10 kilometers inside Russian territory, is the biggest of the 80 settlements that Ukraine claims to have taken during the 10 days since its surprise incursion into Russian territory began. Let's listen in to what President Zelensky said.
Головком доповів, що до операції в Курській області є нове просування, є нове поповнення нашого обмінного фонду. Також генерал Сирський доповів про завершення звільнення міста Суджа від російських військових. І там зараз створюється українська військова комендатура. Звільнені також іще кілька населених пунктів, загалом вже більше ніж 80. Я дякую кожному нашому воїну, який все це забезпечує. Молодці!
Will stop an idea whose time has come, and we are reporting from the settlement of Sudzha in Kursk region, passing by a column of burned-out vehicles. This burnt metal was once Russian equipment heading towards Ukraine, but as you can see, it didn't make it. This is what Sudzha looks like now, once a town of 5,000 people. Now you can notice the difference between the approach of Russian and Ukrainian military. Our forces entered and everything is intact. Now no drones or artillery are needed here. The city is being destroyed by Russian air bombs. We are now at the site of the first battle in Sudzha, which lasted exactly 1 day. Over there was the Ukrainian border, and after that our troops moved further.
The fight lasted all day, from morning till evening. What do you think will happen if there is nothing? I think the bodies of Russians. I don't think it's worth going there. It might be mined.
Local resident Vadim observed from his house. He wasn't evacuated, although he has a small child. And tell me, how old is your child?
A year, 1 year and 3 months.
Take the food here. More than 100 people remain in the city. They are hiding in shelters. In this basement, only civilians are left hiding from air bombs, and we understand perfectly that there are no Ukrainian air bombs, so they are hiding from Russian air bombs. Food and water are beginning to run out.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
Now, a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code. And driverless cars.
During peace, the less you bleed in war. So I think much before the next general elections, we would love to see how we can revamp our organization, how we can strengthen our organization, go to the grassroots and make sure that people, once again repose their faith in us.
The reality for you is that both the Congress and the BJP are big players here, now at least. And therefore, you cannot join hands with any of them. But once again, now you have a Telugu Desam beginning to become active here. Are there possibilities of you coming together with other regional parties? Because these two national parties now are not people you can be friends with unless you are able to merge your party, like is being suggested sometimes.
Since 2014, since the formation of the state of Telangana, we fought 3 general elections, all on our own. Now, I don't think that will change.
Okay. One other question about the farmers' loan waiver itself. The Chief Minister is claiming that he has done a 100% farm loan waiver, and because one of your senior leaders had challenged him, he says now it is up to Mr. Harish Rao to in fact resign.
Well, in fact, that's a joke of the millennium, if you ask me, because Mr. Reddy, the Chief Minister here, seems to be delusional, because his earlier statements, if you go back, and all of them are available in YouTube, I'm sure, or even in NDTV archives, he had categorically said 40,000 crores is what it would take for a loan waiver of 2 lakh rupees to be completed. Later on, somehow he scaled it down to 31,000 crores. His cabinet resolution was that 31,000 crores would be deployed for completing the loan waiver. Yesterday, which was the promised deadline, which was of course extended beyond the original deadline, he says that he's completed 100% loan waiver. But the reality is only 41% of loan waiver has been completed. 17,000 crores is what has been delivered. That too I'm not sure about. We have to check with the farmers. So therefore, Mr. Reddy is not only fooling the people, but he's also fooling himself. That's probably why Rahul Gandhi also stayed away, because he was invited to join in this public meeting where 100% loan waiver was supposed to be celebrated. So I'm guessing that neither is his leadership in Delhi believing him, nor are the farmers on the ground believing him.
Hyderabad did gain a higher profile when you were IT minister and so on. Now, of course, just a couple of days ago, Cognizant has increased, probably become the biggest center. Hyderabad becomes the biggest center, more than Chennai as well. The credit work for it, do you give it to the Chief Minister here?
I'll tell you what. Government is a continuous institution. Much before I arrived on the scene in 2014, there were chief ministers and ministers who were toiling. So I will never ever, be so narrow-minded that, I would claim that everything has been done by my government and me alone. I'd say that the foundation stone was laid earlier by my predecessors, Chandrababu Naidu government. Later on, Rajshekar Reddy government continued the good work. There was a low ebb. And then eventually in 2014, when Telangana was formed, we did really well in the last 10 years. Now, my humble request to Mr. Revanth Reddy is, you had made certain statements that from Davos, you had received investment proposals of about 40,000 crores. Now, I would request the Honorable Chief Minister, it's been 8 months since Davos. How much of this investment that you had announced has been grounded? There was a company called as Godi India, which was supposed to invest about 8,000 crore. Now, have they invested even 8 rupees? Please tell us. There was an investment also from JSW, which was again to the tune of 9,000 crore. How much of it is fructified? Also, there was another investment of Adani Group, 12,400 crores. How much of it has actually been grounded?
Hasn't this become the practice among most ruling governments? When you go, you come up with thousands of crores.
I'm coming to your question. Now, Mr. Reddy again goes to the US. Cognizant, which actually had entered into an arrangement with a developer here in 2022. Because, unless Mr. Reddy has been able to pull out a bunny rabbit out of the hat, it's funny because, he goes to the US. Within a week, apparently, the building was completed. And then right after he lands, he straight away goes and inaugurates. So the building was there. The intent was there. The deal was signed in 2022. Now you should decide and the people should decide, whose government's progressive work delivered the goods for Hyderabad.
Okay, thank you so much. So, K.T. Ramarao certainly talking about Revanth Reddy making these claims. But more importantly, today, the news around the BRS president talking about
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
Now, a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
And welcome to the special broadcast where Vasudha and I are building up to the big press conference of the Election Commission, which is going to begin any moment now. In fact, the visuals have started coming in from the Vigyan Bhavan. Those are the visuals that are coming in now, where the Chief Election Commissioner will be addressing the press conference. So, Assembly elections dates for Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana likely to be announced today. There's a lot of anticipation whether Maharashtra and Jharkhand would be announced. For the moment, it appears that it is likely to be Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana only. Remember, the Election Commission teams had visited these two states to oversee the poll preparedness. So, Vasudha, the first election after
after the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. So certainly a very, very historic one.
Absolutely, Maria. And if you look at the EC presser that's going to happen today, there was no mention of the states. There was no mention of the states, but there is an expectation, there's a speculation that it's going to be about Jammu and Kashmir, which has also seen a spike in terror attacks, and also there is a lot of demand for the parliamentary process to be put in place. So a growing buzz for elections. And Haryana, we know that it was even Stevens in the assembly elections, with the Congress winning 5 seats and the BJP also winning 5 seats in the Lok Sabha elections. So one critical state and another critical union territory to go to polls. We are joined by our colleagues Gurpreet from Chandigarh and also Nazir from Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir. To you, Gurpreet, first, how critical are the elections in Haryana? Because today, Nayab Singh Saini, the Chief Minister, has also announced several moves. So critically, these dates are being awaited. What exactly is the sentiment on ground?
Well, in Haryana, for the last 2 years, we have seen the BJP had a very tough time, and specifically from the farmer side, we have seen these 3 farm laws which has been enforced by the central government, and after that, we have seen there was a protest which was held at the national capital, and after that, we have seen huge impact in Punjab and Haryana. And if we can talk about the political scenario at this point of time, we have seen today maybe the government has some tip-off of this election commission press conference. In the morning at 9 o'clock, the Chief Minister of Haryana, he had given some bonus to the farmer. Somewhere down the lane, it seems they are trying to get a political mileage out of this bonus which has been announced by Haryana Chief Minister. On the other hand, if we can talk about the Congress has already initiated its own campaign, Haryana Mange Hisab, and where we have seen Dipinder Hooda is conducting this campaign in the various districts of Haryana, where he was talking about the youth unemployment and a lot of paper leaks which has been done in the Haryana state during the BJP regime. They are targeting the BJP at the failure, whereas we have seen the BJP has been claiming they are able to give a good governance. At the same time, not only Congress, BJP, but we have seen INLD, Indian National Lok Dal, which was having a very strong hold earlier as a regional party, that has also forged alliance with the BSP. So same thing for the JJP also, that has come out from INLD. JJP leader Dushyant Chautala, he has been camping at the various locations in Haryana. So
thoughts, we are cutting across to the press conference which is being addressed by the Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Rajiv Kumar. Let's listen in.
Commissioner Dr. Sukhbir Singh Sandhu ji, Election Commissioner Gyanish Kumar ji. On the dais, we also have with us senior officials from the Commission, Senior Deputy Election Commissioner Mr. Nitesh Vyas ji, Deputy Election Commissioners Mr. Hridesh Kumar, Mr. Manoj Kumar Sahu, and Mr. Sanjay Kumar. I am Anuj Chandak, Joint Director Media for the Commission. The format of the PC will be as follows. There will be opening remarks by Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar ji, along with the presentation. The copy of the presentation will be shared with you after this press conference. Following this, there will be a question and answer session. Please confine your questions to the review of poll preparedness. When you want to ask a question, raise your hand. Wait for your chance to be called to put out your question. When it's your turn, introduce yourself and your organization and then ask your question. I would request you to please keep your mobile phones on silent mode. Now I request Honorable CEC to kindly deliver the opening remarks.
माननीय निर्वाचन आयुक्त श्री ज्ञानेश कुमार जी ऑन माय राइट, डॉक्टर सुखबीर सिंह संधू जी निर्वाचन आयुक्त ऑन माय लेफ्ट, आयोग के वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण और मीडिया के सहकर्मियों, आप सभी का इस प्रेस वार्ता में स्वागत है। 2024 के लोकसभा चुनाव के बाद वो जो पड़ाव निकला, अब दूसरे पड़ाव पर आपसे आज मुलाकात हो रही है। और जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था कि 3 जेंटलमैन आर येट बैक अगेन। लोकसभा चुनाव 2024 जैसे आपको विदित है, विश्व स्तर की सबसे बड़ी चुनावी प्रक्रिया थी। सफलतापूर्वक और शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से संपन्न हुई। उसने पूरे डेमोक्रेटिक वर्ल्ड के लिए बहुत स्ट्रांगली डेमोक्रेटिक सरप्लसेस क्रिएट किए, बिना किसी वायलेंस के पीसफुल हुई और देश भर ने चुनाव का पर्व मनाया। हमने बहुत सारे रिकॉर्ड्स भी बनाए। पहली बार मैक्सिमम वर्ल्ड में पोलिंग हुई, मेल फीमेल टोटल। मतदाताओं की लंबी लंबी कतारें, बुजुर्गों की भागीदारी, यूथ, जीरो पोल्स, मैसिव सीजर्स और फेस्टिव माहौल हमने देखा। बहुत सारे युवा साथियों ने हमारे साथ मिलके हमारे इलेक्शन एम्बेसडर्स के रूप में काम किया और लोकतंत्र का एक बिल्कुल जीवित उदाहरण देश ने देखा। गांव में, देहात में, ईस्ट वेस्ट, नॉर्थ साउथ, सेंट्रल, LWE एरियाज, J&K, डेजर्ट्स, एवरीवेयर। जो तस्वीरें दुनिया को भारत ने दिखाई वो सभी को चकित करने वाली थी। इससे देश में नहीं बल्कि पूरी दुनिया में एक स्ट्रांग मैसेज गया और जो चमक हमने देखी उस समय, वो चमक बहुत दिन तक दिखाई देती रहेगी। जब जब विश्व में चुनाव होंगे, कहीं भी किसी भी देश में हो, आपको निश्चित रूप से अपने चुनावों की तुलनात्मक याद आती रहेगी। ऐसा हमारा विश्वास है और वो हमें अपनी ताकत का एहसास दिलाता रहेगा। हाल ही में जम्मू कश्मीर और उसके बाद हरियाणा की चुनावी तैयारियों का जायजा लेने आयोग, हमारे सारे सहकर्मी वहां गए थे और एक बहुत ही नायाब किस्म का एंथुजियाज्म और डेमोक्रेसी के प्रति एक ललक और पार्टिसिपेट करने की इच्छा सबके अंदर दिखाई दी। जितने लोगों से हमने बात की, सभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज से, बहुत सारे लोगों से भी, सबकी एक मतलब एक ललायक एक इच्छा थी कि जल्दी से जल्दी चुनाव हो। तो हम आपको जो उम्मीद और जो यकीन पैदा हुआ था 2024 का, उसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए आज आपके सामने है। जम्मू कश्मीर के बारे में पहले जिक्र करूं तो आपको याद है कि मतदान केंद्र पर जो लंबी लंबी कतारें लगी हुई थी, वो जमहूरियत की ताकत का एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन मंजर पेश करती थी। वो सिर्फ लंबी कतारें नहीं थी, वो आवाम की उम्मीदें थी, जज्बातों और उनके मुस्तकबिल की नई तस्वीर लिखने की एक ख्वाहिश थी। Everybody wanted to participate, prove a point that we are here in this queue not only to vote but to demonstrate a very strong desire that democracy flourishes in this area. और उम्मीद और जमहूरियत की ऐसी झलक ये बताती थी कि आवाम तस्वीर बदलना चाहता है और अपनी तकदीर को खुद लिखना चाहता है। और ये कतारें इस बात का सबूत थी कि लोग सिर्फ बदलाव ही नहीं चाहते बल्कि ये भी चाहते हैं कि उसका हिस्सा बनकर हम खुद से अपनी किस्मत लिखें। दिस वॉज ए प्योरली ए ट्रिम्फ ऑफ बैलेट ओवर बुलेट। आपको याद होगा कि जो वैली की 3 पार्लियामेंट्री कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज थीं, उनमें 51% का वोटिंग हुआ और वैली ने वायलेंस को नकारा और वॉइस को वोट के माध्यम से आगाज किया। जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों ने बुलेट और बायकॉट के बदले बैलेट को चुना। आपको ये भी याद होगा कि कश्मीरी माइग्रेंट्स के लिए आयोग ने विशेष व्यवस्था की थी। द इलेक्शंस वी से शुड बी इंक्लूसिव। एवरी सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी मस्ट गेट ए फुल चांस टू एक्सप्रेस देमसेल्व्स ड्यूरिंग द इलेक्शंस। तो हमने इनको सरलीकरण किया था उस समय में, जो इस समय भी जारी रहेगा। क्या किया था कि फॉर्म M को हमने रिलैक्स किया था और कुछ बहुत ही कम्बरसम प्रोसेसेस थे जिसमें सेल्फ अटेस्टेशन की आवश्यकता होती, जिसमें ऑथराइजेशन कराने की आवश्यकता होती थी, उसको सेल्फ अटेस्टेशन पर लेके आए थे। उसके बड़े पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट्स भी हमें मिले और लोगों ने बढ़ चढ़ के, माइग्रेंट्स ने भी हिस्सा लिया। ड्यूरिंग द इलेक्शंस रीपोल्स की घटना 0 थी, कोई मेजर इंसिडेंट वायलेंस की नहीं थी। और आपको ये भी याद होगा, जैसे पूरी कंट्री में अभियान चला के सीजर्स के बारे में व्यवस्था की गई थी ताकि कोई इंड्यूसमेंट फ्री इलेक्शन हो सके। J&K में भी क्लोज टू 100 करोड़ का सीजर हुआ था और इस बार भी हम बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग कह के आए हैं कि किसी को भी इंड्यूसमेंट करने देने की छूट नहीं देनी चाहिए। आई विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू इन डिटेल लेटर। So if we now come to the J&K first, there are total 90 assembly constituencies, of which 74 are general, SC are 7 and SC are 6, ST are 9 and SC constituencies are 7. ये डिलिमिटेशन के बाद रिजर्वेशंस जो प्रोवाइड किए गए उनकी कहानी है। अगर इलेक्टर्स के डाटा के बारे में बात करें तो J&K में टोटल 87.09 लाख इलेक्टर्स होंगे, जिसमें लगभग ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल 44.46 लाख मेल और 42.62 लाख फीमेल वोटर्स होंगे। बड़ी अच्छी स्टोरी ये भी है कि जिस तरीके से यूथ ने पिछली बार भाग लिया इलेक्शंस में, इस बार उसके बाद फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर्स भी होंगे अराउंड 3.71 लाख और टोटल अगर वोटर्स को देखें तो 20 lakhs and above would be the youth, and we want to focus on youth as ambassadors of our elections. इलेक्टरल रोल बनने की प्रक्रिया चालू है और काफी समय से आयोग ये बात की तैयारी कर रहा था कि जैसे ही मौसम थोड़ा ठीक हो, जैसे ही अमरनाथ जी यात्रा खत्म हो, तो आप देखेंगे कोइंसिडेंस नहीं है, 19 अगस्त को अमरनाथ जी यात्रा खत्म होगी और 20 अगस्त को फाइनल रोल भी पब्लिश हो जाएगा। सो इट हैज बीन ए वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस टू सिंक्रोनाइज एवरी एक्टिविटी in a way that we do not make any delay in doing elections in J&K, and this is what we announced in J&K in Jammu when we were there in March. ये पब्लिकेशन 20 को हो जाएगा, सभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को इसकी कॉपी इलेक्टरल रोल की उपलब्ध कराई जाएगी। अगर पोलिंग स्टेशंस के बारे में देखें तो टोटल पोलिंग स्टेशंस J&K में 11,838 होंगे, जिसमें लोकेशंस होंगी, जिसमें एक जगह पर 2 या 3 भी बूथ हो सकते हैं, तो टोटल लोकेशंस वुड बी 9,169, जिसमें अर्बन एरिया में अराउंड 2,300 और लोकल रूरल एरिया में अराउंड 9,500 बूथ्स होंगे। सो प्रिडोमिनेंटली इट्स ए रूरल काइंड ऑफ एरिया। एवरेज वोटर्स पर PS वुड बी अराउंड 735 और हम जैसे हर बार करते हैं यहाँ भी वीमेन मैनेज्ड, PWD मैनेज्ड और मॉडल PS बनाएंगे। वैसे तो इंस्ट्रक्शंस हमने दिए कि हर पोलिंग स्टेशन पे एक उत्साह का माहौल होना चाहिए, एक उत्सव का माहौल होना चाहिए और सभी को किसी ना किसी तरीके से नए तरीके से बनाएं, लेकिन खास तौर से जो मॉडल पोलिंग स्टेशंस हैं वो करीब 360 होंगे। आपको एक तस्वीर दिखाते हैं कि कुछ पोलिंग स्टेशंस वहाँ किस प्रकार के हैं, नायाब हैं। जैसे अगर आप देखें तो कोराबल पोलिंग स्टेशन है, 100% ST पॉपुलेशन, स्ट्रेटेजिकली लोकेटेड एट द बॉर्डर, एंड यू विल बिलीव द टर्नआउट इन पार्लियामेंट्री कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी 80%। सो बिल्कुल सरहद पर हैं और 80% पॉपुलेशन है। ऐसी अगर देखेंगे जस्ट ए फ्यू ग्लिम्सेस, अदरवाइज हर पोलिंग स्टेशन अपने आप में एक तस्वीर बयां करता है। जब चुनाव होंगे तो आपको दिखाएंगे। हमने वेबसाइट पे पिछली बार भी किया था, इस बार भी करेंगे कि आपको लाइव फोटोज गैलरी HD में हम आपको लोड करेंगे। वहां पर आप जब चाहें जब उस स्टॉक को देख सकते हैं, यूज कर सकते हैं, एंजॉय कर सकते हैं। इसी तरीके से फ्लोटिंग में भी शिकारे में एक पोलिंग स्टेशन था और कितने लोगों के वोट लेने जाता है? सिर्फ 3 लोगों के। सो दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ द इंडियन इलेक्शंस। चेंज्ड सिनेरियो आफ्टर द पार्लियामेंट इलेक्शंस। तो जो क्लियर मैसेज थे और जिस पर हम बिल्ड कर रहे हैं, दे वर एक्शन ओवर एपैथी। लोगों में ये नहीं था कि कुछ नहीं हो सकता, कैसे होगा, जाएंगे तो ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा। नहीं, people were there to participate in the elections. The long queue, the shine on their faces were testament to this particular thing. There was a belief over cynicism. There was thriving political participation in entire election. There was intense campaigning. These are the positives, a bit of change in the security scenario also since then. So what do we want? We want that the layers of democracy are strengthened in J&K. What does that mean actually? ये मतदाता बढ़ गए, ये एक aspect है. Percentage of voting increase, this is one aspect of strengthening of democracy. कितने लोगों ने इलेक्शन में पार्टिसिपेट किया, कैंडिडेट बने, दिस इज अनदर एस्पेक्ट. ये अलग आयाम है. लोगों की इच्छा है कि वो पार्टिसिपेट करें. कितने लोगों ने रैलीज निकाली, कितना प्रोसेशंस हुए, कितनी पब्लिक मीटिंग्स हुई, कितने लोगों ने सी विजिल पे शिकायत की, कितने लोगों ने सुविधा से एप्लीकेशंस दी. ऑल दीज आर एस्टेब्लिशिंग लेयर्ड बाय लेयर roots of democracy in the J&K, and what therefore we expect that there would be more voters this time again. और ये सब ने हमें ये एहसास कराया कि लोगों में एक उत्साह है और वोटिंग के प्रति हम एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं कि ज़्यादा वोट्स पड़ेंगे. विमेन पार्टिसिपेशन ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, ऐसी हमें उम्मीद है और हमारी कोशिश रहेगी. कैंपेनिंग अच्छे से होनी चाहिए, बिना डर के होनी चाहिए. फेस्टिव एनवायरनमेंट, मोर यूथ पार्टिसिपेशन, मोर कैंडिडेट्स, मोर यूज ऑफ IT and vibrant polling stations. So we establish every dimension of the democratic festival in the state in every layer wherever it is possible. जो बुनियाद वहां बनाई थी 2024 में इलेक्शन के दौरान, वोटिंग के दौरान, अब उस फाउंडेशन पर इमारत बनाने की पूरी तैयारी है. एंड वी आर वेरी एंथ्यूज्ड टू सी दिस. एक्चुअली आई रोट ए फ्यू लाइन एंड आई वांट टू डेडिकेट टू द यूथ ऑफ J&K. सुनाता हूं आपको. ये खास तौर से वोटर्स ऑफ J&K एंड पर्टिकुलरली यूथ. लंबी कतारों में छुपी है बदलते सूरत हाल, यानी जमहूरियत की कहानी. रोशन उम्मीदें अब खुद करेंगी गोया अपनी तकदीर बयानी. जमहूरियत के जश्न में आपकी शिरकत, जमहूरियत के जश्न में आपकी शिरकत, दुनिया देखेगी नापाक इरादों के शिकस्त की कहानी. दिस इज and believe me, all of us when we went there, we believe in this. And therefore we made a very bold statement that come what may, elections in J&K would be very, very democratic. Friends, coming to Haryana, we are announcing elections for Haryana also. हरियाणा में जो टोटल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज हैं वो 90 हैं, जनरल 73, ST 0 और SC कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी 17 हैं. अगर इलेक्टर्स इन हरियाणा की बात करें तो टोटल राज्य में 2.1 लाख इलेक्टर्स हैं, जिसमें 1.06 करोड़ मतदाता हैं और इसमें महिलाओं की संख्या 95 लाख है. थर्ड जेंडर 1.50 लाख PWD और 2.54 लाख हमारे 85 एज ग्रुप से ज़्यादा के मतदाता हैं. और जो हरियाणा की एक रोबस्ट हेल्दी लाइफ स्टाइल है, उसमें हमारे 10,321 ऐसे मतदाता हैं जो शतायु हैं. उन सबको हमारा नमन, और वो सब वोट देने आए, इसकी हम पूरी की पूरी कोशिश करेंगे. हरियाणा का इलेक्टरल रोल 27 अगस्त 2024 को प्रकाशित हो जाएगा. लेकिन उसके बाद भी, दिस इज अगेन ट्रू फॉर J&K एंड हरियाणा बोथ, इलेक्टरल रोल फाइनल हो जाएंगे वहाँ 20 को और यहाँ 27 को. सबको कॉपीज मिल जाएंगी, पहले से भी पब्लिश हो चुकी हैं. लेकिन फिर भी अगर कोई मतदाता छूट गए तो उन्हें अपना नाम पंजीकृत कराने का अभी भी नॉमिनेशन से पहले समय होगा. पोलिंग स्टेशंस अगर देखें तो हरियाणा में 20,629 पोलिंग स्टेशंस होंगे और जिसमें लोकेशन आधी होंगी, यानी 10,500 के करीब, 495 टू बी प्रिसाइज, यानी एक जगह पर दो बूथ या 3 बूथ होंगे क्योंकि शहरी इलाके हैं। अर्बन एरियाज में 7,000 के लगभग और रूरल एरियाज में 13,000 के लगभग पोलिंग स्टेशन होंगे। यहाँ भी हम लोग यूथ, PWD, विमेन मैनेज्ड वोट्स बनाएंगे। और एक चेंज और हरियाणा में इस बार किया है, जो पूरी कंट्री में अर्बन एरियाज में हम लोग कर रहे हैं और स्लम एरियाज में, स्लम एंड मल्टी स्टोरीज इन अर्बन एरियाज, उसमें जो मल्टी हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज हैं, मल्टी स्टोरी हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज, उनमें भी पोलिंग स्टेशंस बना है। तो हरियाणा में इन पर्टिकुलर गुड़गांव, फरीदाबाद और सोनीपत, इनमें काफ़ी पोलिंग स्टेशंस को मल्टी स्टोरी में शिफ्ट किया और वहाँ की जितनी स्लम्स हैं उनमें भी जहाँ रेशनलाइजेशन की जरूरत है वो किया है, ताकि दोनों क्षेत्रों में कंजेशन भी कम हो सके और वोटिंग की परसेंटेज भी बढ़ सके। तो जितने मेट्रोपॉलिटन बड़े सिटीज़ हैं, दिस इज़ वन वे ऑफ हैंडलिंग दी so called urban apathy in the elections. Not to repeat, but all polling stations will, as the commission has promised, would have 100% facilities for drinking water, toilets for male and female both, signages, ramp, wheelchairs, sheds, और अब की बार शेड की इतनी जरूरत शायद ना पड़े, मौसम अच्छा है, जो पिछले इलेक्शंस में गर्मी की वजह से दिक्कत हुई थी, इस बार नहीं होगी। इंक्लूसिव एंड एक्सेसिबल इलेक्शंस कराने के लिए हम पूरी तरह तत्पर हैं। इन दोनों राज्यों में जैसे अब पैन इंडिया 85+ लोगों को घर जाके वोटिंग का समय मिलता है, वो मिलेगा। और फिर से एक बार और दोबारा कुछ लोगों ने ये पूछा था वहां पर कि जब भी 85+ की घर पे वोटिंग होती है तो पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के एजेंट्स उनके साथ जा सकते हैं, सो दैट दे कैन सी फॉर देमसेल्व्स देयर इज नो मैनिपुलेशन एट ऑल, और उसकी वीडियोग्राफी भी होती रहेगी। तजुर्बा यही है कि बुजुर्ग लोग अभी भी ज्यादा से ज्यादा बूथ पे आना चाहते हैं, तो दैट इज ए वेरी वेलकम स्टेप एंड द ऑफिशियल्स हैव बीन डायरेक्टेड टू provide all facilitations to them at that place. So is true for our voters having persons with disabilities. Technology, as you all know, is very deep rooted in the Indian elections. We will continue to use voter helplines, C-Vigil, KYC, Suvidha, all of this you are familiar with. Candidates की अगर कोई criminal background है तो वो लगातार वेबसाइट पे KYC नो योर कैंडिडेट ऐप पर उपलब्ध रहेगा। कोई भी देख सकते हैं कि उनकी कोई गतिविधि पास्ट में क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड की तो नहीं रही है। सभी एनफोर्समेंट एजेंसीज, सेंट्रल एंड स्टेट्स, अगेन एज यू नो दैट ड्यूरिंग पार्लियामेंट्री इलेक्शंस वी हैड ए सीजर ऑफ क्लोज टू 10,000 crores. And especially more so of drugs, liquor. That same rigor, rather with renewed emphasis, will continue. And जिस दिन हम JNK गए थे उस दिन सबसे बात की, सबको थोड़ा ताकीद किया, और उसी दिन एक बड़ा सीजर भी हुआ हमारे सामने ही. So that process will continue. The menace of drugs in either of these two states, JNK and Haryana, would be severely dealt with, and similarly दी लिकर। सभी पोलिंग स्टेशंस पे इस बार हमने 100% CCTV की व्यवस्था की है, और दोनों जगह में डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट्स और फील्ड फंक्शनरीज को दोनों जगह में अगेन वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शंस हैव बीन गिवन दैट उनको खाली निष्पक्ष रहना है, लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड इंश्योर करनी है। किसी के भी क्षेत्र से अगर इस प्रकार की शिकायत आती है कि वो कोई पक्षपातपूर्ण रवैया कर रहे हैं, तो कमीशन विल बी एक्सट्रीमली स्ट्रिक्ट with absolutely no nonsense approach in these cases. Observers also, again, we will be emphasizing कि वो अपनी रहने की जगह, अपना फोन नंबर न्यूज़पेपर्स में पब्लिसाइज करें और कम से कम 1-2 घंटा एक दिन जरूर एक निर्धारित जगह पे बैठें ताकि कोई भी आके उनसे कुछ कह सके. Fake media, fake news and social media, you are all aware. We are also aware. Now we are far more equipped to handle. सबको ताकीद दी गई है कि वो खास तौर से करें. J&K में सभी पार्टीज ने एक और स्पेशल रिक्वेस्ट की थी कि उनके जो कैंडिडेट्स हैं और जो पार्टी के ऑफिस बेरर्स हैं उनकी सिक्योरिटी सबको बराबर बराबर से मैच करके मिले. ऐसा नहीं कि किसी को ज्यादा किसी को कम मिले. तो ये भी स्पष्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन वहां दी गई हैं. एंड वी विल इंश्योर दैट ऑल कैंडिडेट्स गेट ड्यू सिक्योरिटी. What is intended is that the participation should increase in terms of the contesting candidates, in terms of the campaigning, in terms of participation, in terms of sweep activities, more of shikaras, more of cycles, more of rallies, and we will provide sufficient security to the candidates. To sum up, we are on a very happy note and a very, what should I say, after long gap, the elections are due and going to be held in J&K and in time in Haryana. और एक अच्छी चीज है इस समय में, अगर जम्मू कश्मीर में देखें तो फेस्टिवल का भी सीजन है, एप्पल का भी सीजन है, जैस्मीन का भी सीजन है, सेफ्रॉन का भी सीजन है, शिकारा भी है, ट्यूलिप भी है और गुरेज फेस्टिवल भी इसी समय में है. तो सभी चीजें एक साथ कायनात ने इकट्ठी की हैं. उसमें जमहूरियत की उत्सव भी एक ही साथ है. और हरियाणा, एज यू ऑल नो, इज ए लैंड ऑफ एथलीट्स. ऑल दी athletes and sports persons have done proud to the nation in Olympics, or almost it's a national pride. It's a symbol of national pride. सूरजकुंड का मेला भी है, पिंजौर का हेरिटेज फेस्टिवल भी है और ब्यूटीफुल राग एंड रागनी भी है हरियाणा में, जिनका डेमोक्रेटिक फेस्टिवल में लोकतंत्र के चुनाव में जम के यूज होगा, ऐसी हमारी उम्मीद है. We made a promise to you that on 3rd of June, when we said we learned two things. So we made a promise that we will keep the election period short. So in true spirit of keeping that promise, now we present the shorter electioneering period and in the best possible and conducive environment. Elections in J&K will be held in 3 phases. So this is a shorter period. This is a much shorter period, much shorter than even the parliamentary elections, which were 5. 20th of August, just the next day of the Amarnath Yatra being complete, the 19th. Would be the date of notification for the first phase, nominations till 27th, scrutiny on the next day 28th, and date of poll will be 18th of September, and it's a Wednesday. We are also keeping that in mind, not keeping Fridays and Mondays to give a longer holiday spell. Second phase would be on 29th of August, and the statutory period of nominations and all, poll being on 25th of September. And phase 3, nomination on 5th of September, and every voting finishing on 1st of October. So counting would be on 4th of October, and everything would be over, bind up on 6th of October. We can show you the map also. It's how the scheduling is being done. The yellow portion is first. The yellow portion would have the districts of Kishtwar, Ramban, Doda on this side, Jammu side, and Anantnag, Pulwama, Shopian, and Kulgaon in the valley. The second phase would be Gandarbal, Srinagar, Badgaon in the valley side, and on the Jammu side, Poonch, Rajouri, and Riyasi. And then the forces move up, so North Kashmir in the upper reaches, and also the Jammu and Udhampur, Samba and the Kathua region. This is what would be the schedule there. If we come to the schedule of Haryana, Haryana would be in the last phase, exactly coinciding with the third phase of J&K, nomination being on 5th of September, last date of making nomination on 12th of September, date of poll 1st October, and date of counting coinciding with J&K on 4th of October, everything to be over on 6th of October. So friends, and through you, we appeal to all the voters of Haryana and J&K to participate in largest possible number in the festival of democracy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for the very comprehensive briefing. Now we will have the round of questions. I would request every one of you to please raise your hand, whoever wishes to ask a question. The mic. We will. Excuse me, please. The person in the second row, green t-shirt. Please introduce yourself also.
Yes, please.
सर मेरा नाम ताबिश कमाल है, मैं जम्मू कश्मीर के गुलिस्तान और जेके चैनल से हूं। मैं पूछना चाहता हूं कि आज उमर अब्दुल्ला ने एक सवाल उठाया कि जो ट्रांसफर पोस्टिंग हुई हैं वो बायस्ड हुई हैं, उस पर इलेक्शन कमीशन क्या करेगा? और दूसरा ये कि अमरनाथ यात्रा में बहुत ज़्यादा डिप्लॉय वहाँ पर फोर्सेज हैं, तो अब आप लोग कब वहाँ पर फोर्सेज डिप्लॉय करेंगे जिससे लोग इंश्योर हो सके, मतलब कि वो सुरक्षित हैं, महफूज हैं और वोट करने के लिए बाहर निकले?
Please give the mic to the media person in the purple shirt.
मैं संजय शर्मा हूं आज तक से। मेरा सवाल ये है कि महाराष्ट्र विधानसभा का कार्यकाल भी 25 को ही समाप्त हो रहा है, 26 नवंबर को। तो क्या वजह है कि इसके साथ ही चुनाव नहीं कराया जा रहा है? तो राजनीतिक हलकों में कहा जा रहा है कि ये कोई पॉलिटिकल कुछ ऐसा है, तो निर्वाचन आयोग क्या सोचता है इस बारे में?
बहुत आसान है ये कहना और आपका पूछना भी।
Please give the mic to the person
बहुत ही आसान है पूछना।
in the blue shirt.
I'll answer.
Second last row.
हेलो सर, नीरज हूँ न्यूज़ 18 इंडिया से। हमारा सवाल है कि जम्मू क्षेत्र में हाल के वक्त में आतंकी गतिविधियां बढ़ी हैं और आपने कहा भी था अपने चुनाव दौरे के दौरान जम्मू कश्मीर में कि बाहरी शक्ति हो या आंतरिक शक्ति, कोई भी चुनाव को रोक नहीं सकती। इस बार जम्मू कश्मीर में आतंकवादी गतिविधियां जो बढ़ी हैं वो कितनी बड़ी चुनौती है? और दूसरा हमारा एक सवाल है कि पहले भी ऐसे चुनाव कार्यक्रम रहे हैं कि जब एक साथ अवधि खत्म हो रही है, जैसे हरियाणा और महाराष्ट्र की एक साथ खत्म हो रही है, एक आगे पीछे थोड़ा एक ही महीने में, तो आपने बाद में घोषणा किया लेकिन मतगणना एक साथ किया। क्या ऐसी कोई संभावना महाराष्ट्र को लेकर इन दोनों चुनाव के साथ आने वाले वक्त में क्लब होने की है, या महाराष्ट्र और झारखंड के विधानसभा चुनाव अलग होंगे सर?
So we'll take more questions or you would like to respond?
एक और.
Yeah. Please give the person the last. उधर चले जाइए. So this side we will take some questions. Please try them. Last में black shirt. थोड़ा जल्दी चले जाइए आप प्लीज।
हेलो सर, मैं गौरव श्रीवास्तव हूँ टाइम्स नेटवर्क से। सवाल ये सर कि जम्मू कश्मीर को लेकर हालिया मीटिंग हुई थी होम सेक्रेटरी के साथ और जाहिर तौर पर चुनाव आयोग ने बहुत तैयारियां की हैं। खास करके कुछ ऐसे कैंडिडेट्स हैं जिनको बहुत ज्यादा थ्रेट है। आपने कहा कि हम उन्हें पर्याप्त सुरक्षा देंगे। किस तरह की सुरक्षा की डिटेल्स रहेगी या किस तरह की उन्हें सुरक्षा कैटेगरीज दी जाएगी ताकि वो महसूस कर सकें, खास करके वो इलाके जो कि बहुत ज्यादा आतंक प्रभावित क्षेत्र रहे हैं? और जम्मू कश्मीर से ही जुड़ा दूसरा सवाल ये है कि सर, जैसा कि पूछा कि जो ताबड़तोड़ ट्रांसफर हुए 198 अधिकारियों के, उसमें राजनीतिक आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि चुनावों की घोषणा को देखते हुए कहीं ना कहीं इंटरफेयर करने की कोशिश जो है वो एलजी की तरफ से वहां पर जम्मू कश्मीर में की गई है। और जिस तरीके से 15 अगस्त को अधिकारियों को बुलाया गया और उसके बाद उन्हें ट्रांसफर की जो तरीके जिस तरीके से हुए, वो कहीं ना कहीं चुनाव में एक तरीके से निष्पक्षता पे सवाल खड़े कर रहे हैं।
So let me take these questions first. पहले लास्ट और फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन को पहले लेता हूं। ट्रांसफर्स एंड पोस्टिंग्स इन J&K आज सुबह में हुई है। तो पहली बात तो शायद हमारा अनाउंसमेंट काफी जल्दी हो गया, लोगों को ये शायद इतनी जल्दी की उम्मीद नहीं थी। बट एनीवे, जो अभी हमने चेक किया है उसमें शायद एक एसपी हैं और 4 डीसीज हैं, बाकी सब फील्ड रिलेटेड उतने नहीं हैं। बाकी अभी हम डिटेल्स चेक करेंगे। एमसीसी लगने से पहले ट्रांसफर करना ना करना सरकारों के अधीन है, लेकिन अगर किसी भी सूरत में किसी भी समय में कोई भी अधिकारी के बारे में कोई भी लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड डिस्टर्ब होने की सूचना आती है तो उस पर आयोग अपने हिसाब से जांच करके कार्य करेगा, irrespective of the timing of the transfer. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कुछ आज ट्रांसफर हुए हो, ऐसा भी हो सकता है कुछ पहले ट्रांसफर हुए हो। We'll be absolutely clear in our resolve to ensure that the district officials behave absolutely impartial without even one chinch being here and there. अमरनाथ जी की जो यात्रा है वो खत्म होगी 19 तारीख को। हमने पूरा असेसमेंट होम मिनिस्ट्री के साथ भी और फील्ड में भी और डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफिशियल्स के साथ भी किया। वहां भी पर्याप्त मात्रा में फोर्सेस अमरनाथ जी की यात्रा के लिए उपलब्ध हैं, उपलब्ध रहेंगी और सफिशिएंट मात्रा में बटरेस की जाएंगी, स्ट्रेंथन की जाएंगी, जितनी जरूरत होगी उतनी की जाएंगी। लेकिन जो पूरा माहौल हम वहां देख के आए और जिस सोच के साथ हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, जैसे मैंने पहले भी कहा, जैसे मैंने कहा ना, दुनिया देखेगी नापाक इरादों की शिकस्त की कहानी। फोर्स से ज्यादा जरूरी क्या है? फोर्स से ज्यादा जरूरी है वहां की आवाम का विश्वास और उनका अपने लिए अपनी सरकार देने का जज्बा। और जमहूरियत के फेस्टिवल को उसको आगे बढ़ाने की जो ललक हम देख के आए, हमें उम्मीद है कि लोग ही उसका बहुत भरपूर जवाब देंगे। बट नॉनदलेस सफिशिएंट फोर्सेस विल रिमेन टू डील विद एनी इवेंचुअलिटी व्हाटएवर कम्स ऑन द वे। सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स to the candidates, to the districts, to other vulnerable positions or areas would be thoroughly under radar of the establishment and will be taken care of. मुद्दा एक ही है, मुद्दा यह है कि जो 2024 के पार्लियामेंट्री इलेक्शन में बुनियाद रखी गई, इमारत उससे भी बुलंद होनी चाहिए। ये ही रिजॉल्व है। महाराष्ट्र का चुनाव और हरियाणा का चुनाव एक साथ देखिए, पहले महाराष्ट्र और हरियाणा एक साथ हुए थे। 3 नवंबर हरियाणा की डेट है तो 26 नवंबर महाराष्ट्र की डेट है, राइट। उस समय में J&K was not a factor, so one could have gone little later. This time there are 4 elections in this year and 5th election just immediately after this, that is to start with J&K, Haryana, Maharashtra, Jharkhand and Delhi. So depending on the forces, requirement of forces, which is as I said, was in a higher tone in J&K, हमने दो चुनाव को एक साथ करने का निर्णय लिया। और फिर ऐसा नहीं कर सकते कि जब JNK अनाउंस करें और JNK चल रहा हो तो उसके बीच में दूसरा अनाउंस करें। और साथ ही साथ और भी बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स हैं। वो फैक्टर्स क्या हैं? अभी महाराष्ट्र में बारिश भी थी, BLOs का वर्क करना बाकी है, और बहुत सारे फेस्टिवल्स भी हैं जिसको हमें शेड्यूल करने में देखना है। दैट इज लाइक गणेश फेस्टिवल, पितृपक्ष, नवरात्रि, दिवाली, all that put together, this is what we thought that we can handle as 2 elections at a time. So therefore we decided to go this. And in any case, it is within 6 months of the schedule of the term of the assembly which is ending. I think I have answered all.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Please give the mic to the lady in the third row. जल्दी जाइए थोड़ा आप। थर्ड रो थोड़ा जल्दी लेके जाइए माइक प्लीज।
माइक थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा रखिए।
Sir, the Supreme Court had set a September 30 deadline for conducting the polls in J&K. Is there any particular reason that you are going a day beyond?
Okay.
Please give the mic to the person in the first row, purple shirt.
नमस्कार सर, मैं प्रदीप कुमार टोटल न्यूज़ से। मेरे 2 सवाल हैं सर। जम्मू कश्मीर में काफ़ी लंबे अंतराल के बाद चुनावी मुकाबला हो रहा है, वोटिंग होगी, काफ़ी वक्त लगा है आपको यहाँ तक पहुँचने में, इसकी क्या बड़ी वजह रही? और दूसरा सवाल है सर, हरियाणा में जो चुनावी तारीख का ऐलान हुआ है, हरियाणा को लेकर जो चर्चा हुई थी, जो बैठक हुई थी, राजनीतिक दलों ने भी कई सुझाव दिए थे, लेकिन हरियाणा में जो चुनावी मुकाबला है इसलिए महत्वपूर्ण हो जाता है क्योंकि दिल्ली से भी सटा हुआ है। दूसरा, हरियाणा के मिजाज की अगर बात करें, राज्यसभा चुनावी मुकाबला भी वहाँ पर होना है, तो क्या असर डालेगा ये विधानसभा का मुकाबला अगर इससे जोड़कर देखें?
प्लीज गिव द माइक टू द पर्सन थर्ड रो।
अनुज। सर, मधुरेंद्र, मैं न्यूज नेशन से। मेरा सवाल जम्मू और कश्मीर चुनाव को लेकर है। जिस तरह के हालात पिछले कई महीनों से घाटी में बने हैं, खास तौर पे मैं यहाँ पर सर, जिस तरह के हालात कई महीनों से घाटी में बने हैं और खास तौर पे जम्मू के रीजन में बने हैं, जो कि पूरा टेरर प्रोन एरिया हो गया है, और वहाँ पर एक तरह से देखा जा रहा है कि लगातार सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस और आतंकियों के बीच लगातार मुठभेड़ चल रही है। तो ऐसी परिस्थिति में शांतिपूर्ण चुनाव कराना, फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन कराना एक बड़ा चैलेंज इलेक्शन कमीशन के सामने भी है। तो किस तरह के डिप्लॉयमेंट होंगे, उसके लिए किस तरह की तैयारी की गई है, किस तरह से एजेंसियों के बीच कोऑर्डिनेशन है, और कैसे आप कैंडिडेट को भी और साथ साथ मतदाता को भी इंश्योर करेंगे कि वे अपने जमहूरियत में मताधिकार का प्रयोग स्पष्ट तौर पर कर पाए, बिना किसी फियर के कर पाए?
We will take one more question from there first.
सर, मैं अरविंद हूं, मैं दैनिक जागरण न्यूज़पेपर से। सर, मेरा सवाल है, आपने चुनाव के दौरान लोकसभा में आपने कई एम की बात की थी, एक उसमें फेक नैरेटिव था। इस बार चुनाव आयोग उस फेक नैरेटिव से निपटने के लिए क्या तैयारी कर रहा है?
माइक टू द लेडी, थर्ड रो, फर्स्ट लेडी।
सर मैं पूनम हूँ।
थोड़ा आगे आ जाइए,
थोड़ा आप आगे आ जाइए।
सर मैं पूनम।
ओके, वेलकम। ओके।
सर मैं पूनम हूँ अमर उजाला से। जम्मू कश्मीर और हरियाणा दोनों जगह पर ड्रग्स एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है, और जिस तरह से आपने कहा कि जिस दिन आप लोग वहाँ थे उस दिन भी सीजर हुआ है, तो उससे निपटने के लिए क्या होगा? क्या जो पर्यवेक्षक हैं वो अतिरिक्त होंगे या कुछ और इंतजाम किया जाएगा?
Now let me answer these questions. About 30th September. 19 अगस्त को अमरनाथ जी यात्रा खत्म होगी। 4-6 जून को पार्लियामेंट्री इलेक्शंस खत्म हुए हैं। उसके बाद वेदर, उसके बाद अमरनाथ जी यात्रा। There is no way one could have gone exactly on the date, which is 19th. We are not giving even half a day when one could have started. And it is well begun within the time period, and it will be finished in the time. So it's not a day here and there which really is important. What is important is that we go by the spirit, and it is not only as I mentioned in Jammu, the amendments to the J&K Reorganization Act in terms of providing the reservations came in December 2023. So
on 90 seats in Jammu and Kashmir, it will be a three-phase election. Results for both Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana will be on 4th of October, which will be, of course, the day of counting as well. So 90 seats of Haryana and 90 seats of Jammu and Kashmir go to polls before the 1st. So the last phase is on 1st. 90 assembly constituencies of Haryana will poll in one phase on 1st. Nazir is joining us live. Nazir, so, you know, much anticipation, much talked about Jammu and Kashmir election will finally happen. It will be a three-phase election which will begin and end on 1st and the counting on 4th.
Well, more than any election, it is a revival of democracy which was in a suspended animation for last several years. And people, everybody, even those who are not politicians, common men, they have been eagerly waiting for the day when Election Commission will announce the date for the election. So finally the day has come. I'm joined by Mr. Nasir Surami, senior leader of National Conference. Nasir sir, what does this election mean to you? You all have been demanding election. I remember in 2019 when parliament elections were held, you met the Election Commission when they had, you said there should be simultaneous elections. And since 2019, you were waiting, then a lot happened in between.
More than us wanting the election, it's the people of Jammu and Kashmir who wanted an elected government for so many years now. I think the last election we had was 2014. And since 2018, we don't have an elected government. So everybody wanted an elected government to be in place because this Aswal state, now UT, is a very difficult state to run. And we have always maintained that one LG, one odd advisor and few officers can't manage this entire state. So these local representatives are a very important part of the system. And we also deserved a democracy. Finally, we are seeing hope that it will be there soon.
And this is also not just it is happening, this election is after a longest gap of 1 decade, the assembly elections are happening. This is first election in the Union territory. And interestingly, two former chief ministers, Umar Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti, have decided not to contest this election. They say, Umar Abdullah saying, how can I go when all the powers rest with the lieutenant governor? Even for the appointment of a peon, I'll have to go to lieutenant governor. But now there's a parties are telling them, no, you contest. Even PDP leaders saying that we will try to convince Mehbooba Mufti to contest. Well, Farooq Abdullah has said he will contest, but there's Umar Abdullah has said so far he may not. You tell me, what is the view of the party NC? Will Umar Abdullah contest or not?
It is too premature to comment on this. For anybody to fight elections on behalf of the party has to take a view, and that decision is supreme. Our party president and the parliamentary board will sit, they will decide. We would definitely want Umar Saab to fight the elections because he is the one who can really steer this election in a proper way, and we need him to be there. He is one voice which is so strong a voice that we can get lots of things sorted out for this.
So you want Umar Abdullah to contest this?
Definitely,
but saying he will not contest.
But decision will eventually be party's decision, and party president and vice president will decide. Whatever I say, it is really very premature to say.
Okay. So you and National Conference and the Congress contested parliament elections together, and they have got together 41.7% votes, which is the highest. Will you contest together? So far, Farooq Abdullah saying you may go on solo.
That again, because see...
But I have heard there is informal talks are already underway with Congress.
See, I'll tell you, we were all waiting for this press conference.
Okay.
We were not sure about the elections, to be very honest with you. There were lots of speculations. Even today, before this press conference, I got a message that they are going to say that we won't have elections in Jammu Kashmir, but rest of the states
so
will
there
have.
was a cynicism till the moment.
Till the last moment. So we have have not put our heads together for all these things. Now that the ball has been set into motion, we will discuss the alliance part of it. The candidates have to be finalized. Our manifesto has to come out. All things, these things you will see in the coming days will come out.
Many people were painting doomsday picture in Jammu and Kashmir. They were saying elections are not possible given the spate of terror attacks, major attacks, particularly in Jammu that was free from militancy. But Election Commission has made it very clear during their visit to Kashmir, Srinagar. And they said no internal or the external threat can derail democracy, and they lived by their word.
See, this is what we had impressed upon them, and we are very thankful to the Commission. They heard this. We had told them that Jammu Kashmir, we have had elections in '95 also when the political process was started, and we had the first parliament election after a gap of about 5-6 years. And then also '96 assembly elections. So all the predecessors of this Commission had held elections in the worst of scenarios. So we had just requested them that this is a question of their credibility, and I'm glad they have stood to their credibility, and they have
also importantly, despite all these threats, attacks, series of attacks, not just Election Commission is holding elections, they are holding elections in just 3 phases, which is really unprecedented, because even in parliament elections were held in 5 phases.
90 seats is what we are looking at. I'm going to come back to you, Nazir, in just a bit, but let me cut across to Gurpreet Chinna, who's joining us from outside the Congress office in Haryana. Gurpreet, over to you. What is the anticipation? You know, it is being said as a crucial election, a do-or-die election for Congress party in Haryana. Are they battle ready? In fact,
well, yes, of course.
The former Congress, the former NC president, and also the former chief minister of Jammu and Kashmir. Let's listen in.
शायद 87-88 के बाद ये पहली मर्तबा है कि इतने कम अरसे के अंदर और इतने कम फेजेस में इलेक्शन जो हैं जम्मू कश्मीर में कराए जा रहे हैं। जाहिर सी बात है कि पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ के लिए ये एक नया तजुर्बा होगा, लेकिन मैं नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के तरफ से इतना ही कह सकता हूँ कि हम पहले से ही इस दिन की तैयारी में लगे हुए थे और बिल्कुल फौरी तौर हम अपना इलेक्शन का सिलसिला जो है वो शुरू कर लेंगे। इसके साथ साथ इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया के तरफ से अभी जो मैं उनका प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस सुन रहा था, उन्होंने फ्री और फेयर पोल्स पे बहुत जोर दिया। उन्होंने सिक्योरिटी को लेके किसी तरह की पॉलिटिक्स नहीं होनी चाहिए उसका जिक्र किया। तो मैं फौरी तौर इलेक्शन कमीशन से गुजारिश करना चाहता हूं, हम उन्हें एक चिट्ठी भी भेज रहे हैं आज कि लगातार पिछले 24 घंटे में जो बेशुमार यहाँ ट्रांसफ़रें हुई, इलेक्शन कमीशन को उनका फौरी तौर जायज़ा लेना चाहिए। इतने सारे अफसर अचानक ट्रांसफ़र किए जाना, हमें तो शक है कि ये हुकूमत, दिल्ली की जो हुकूमत की पार्टी है बीजेपी, उन्हीं का लगाया हुआ लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर है यहाँ पे। बीजेपी को मदद और बीजेपी को फ़ायदा और उनके जो सहयोगी बी टीम, सी टीम, डी टीम है यहाँ पे, उनको मदद पहुँचाने के लिए ये ट्रांसफ़र कराई गई हैं। इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से फौरी तौर इन ट्रांसफ़रों पे जो है एक उनको इनका नोटिस लेके उन्हें एग्ज़ामिन करना चाहिए और जो ट्रांसफ़र्स उनके गाइडलाइन से बाहर हैं उनको रोक दिया जाना चाहिए। और इसी के साथ साथ जो पिछले 1-2 साल में मेन स्ट्रीम पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़, खासकर वो जिन्होंने बीजेपी और बीजेपी के एजेंडा की मुखालफत की, हम लोगों की जो सिक्योरिटी कम की गई है, कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जिनकी सिक्योरिटी पूरी तरह से पिछले दिनों विड्रॉ की गई, फौरी तौर इलेक्शन कमीशन के तरफ से इसमें ऑर्डर दिया जाना चाहिए और मेन स्ट्रीम जो नॉन बीजेपी एलाइड पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ हैं उनकी सिक्योरिटी जो है फौरी तौर रिस्टोर की जानी चाहिए। बाकी इलेक्शन के हवाले से जो बातें करनी होगी आगे आगे तो आप लोगों से बड़ी मुलाकातें होंगी तो
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, is that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, is that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity."
The Jammu and Kashmir elections pending since 2014 and the first one since the abrogation of Article 370 will be held in 3 phases. That is the big announcement that's coming in from the Election Commission. Our top headlines. The Election Commission declares poll dates for Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana. Jammu and Kashmir to vote in 3 phases. Haryana votes on October 1st. The counting for both the states will be on October 4th. Calcutta High Court takes up the matter on vandalism at RG Kar Medical Hospital and College. 19 arrested. The mob had attacked the emergency ward. Doctors demand safety. BRS working president makes a insensitive comment against women after the backlash. KTR apologizes, tells NDTV it was said in lighter vein.
Commission does in fact call me, I will respond.
Vice President Dhankar raises constitutional propriety issue. He says that he's worried about narrative aimed at destroying economy. And Sharmila Tagore star Gulmohar wins the best film at the National Film Awards. Rishabh Shetty wins the Best Actor award. The first big effort in the direction to meet the Supreme Court's order that democracy in Jammu and Kashmir must be restored and must return to the valley by September 30th. The Election Commission has made that announcement of the dates of elections in Jammu and Kashmir. There will be a 3-phase election, the first one on September 18th. The second phase will be held on 25th of September. And the final phase of Jammu and Kashmir will be on October 1st. In fact, the counting for both the states of Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana, remember 90 seats of Haryana also go to polls on October 1st in a single phase, and the counting for both these assemblies will be held on October 4th. In preparations for the elections, the Election Commission had visited the valley, and it had published the final voter list and it has in fact said that it will be publishing the final voter list by August 20th, a day after the Amarnath Yatra ends. Around 87 lakh voters are expected to vote in what will be seen as a big event of democracy happening for the first time since the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019. Both the states of Jammu and Kashmir and, of course, it's a union territory right now, and Haryana will be seeing elections, and the counting will be on October 4th. What about the other 2 states, crucial states of Jharkhand and Maharashtra? The Election Commission said that dates will be announced at a later stage. We have Sajjan Kumar joining us live and also Surendra Sharma. But first, coming to you, Sajjan, it's a big day, certainly, that it was long waiting. There was a lot of discussion. When will democracy return? When will the process begin? So the process is going to begin now. So, the ball has been set into motion.
Yeah, precisely. And more importantly, Article 370, which was abrogated 5 years back. Now, this election will further seal that abrogation in terms of the tangible discourse by having the election wherein every player, democratic stakeholder, the parties, they will participate. So that would be kind of a normalization of the state at par with the other states, because in the meantime, it was in the transition phase, the Article 370 was abrogated. Jammu and Kashmir was one state, but the parliamentary and election, which is the most popular democratic exercise, was due. So certainly the context for Jammu and Kashmir is that the state has many security challenges, and that would be a Herculean task. But nevertheless, this process is something that will be the closing chapter of Article 370 in spirit. While for Haryana, it would be more like the normal politics of testing the water for both the BJP and the Congress, and therefore the community-centric dimensions of Jat versus non-Jats, and therefore the consolidation of Jats in favor of Congress this time is giving at least a head start to the Congress in the perception war. In reality, it may be slightly closer, but at least in perception, Haryana is where the BJP has to kind of neutralize the anti-incumbency, and that is going to be a tough task. So these two elections are both important for the democratic discourse, but one has a security kind of a centric concerns, but nevertheless, in the backdrop of Article 370's abrogation, this election will also test the popular participation. And mind it, in Lok Sabha election, wherein the concern was that the voting percentage was dipping down, suppose this time, and that is the Herculean task of the election commission, it sounded quite confident also. If the electoral participation this time in Jammu and Kashmir will increase, irrespective of all the political parties and their own agenda, this would be a victory of the democratic discourse into the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and it would be the final kind of,
Sajjan, I agree with you. It was long anticipated, and finally we will be seeing that. We have a senior journalist joining us also from Jammu, Surendra Sharma. Mr. Sharma, what is, the recently held Lok Sabha polls gave a lot of confidence perhaps to Election Commission and to all the observers that Jammu and Kashmir is yearning for that democratic process to begin. And now we are seeing that. Would you say that this record participation that we saw during Lok Sabha will also be something that we'll be seeing in the assembly elections?
Can I speak in Hindi?
Please go ahead.
It will be more comfortable and more to explain more things in it. Okay, thank you. देखिए, जिस तरह से जम्मू कश्मीर में लोकसभा के चुनाव हुए, जम्मू कश्मीर में लोकसभा चुनाव में लोगों का एक ओवरवेलमिंग पार्टिसिपेशन होना, वोट परसेंटेज पहली बार जम्मू कश्मीर की हिस्ट्री में 58% पोलिंग होना, एक बात। दूसरा ये कि जम्मू कश्मीर में सिक्योरिटी सिनेरियो को लेकर अब भी लोगों को और पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को लग रहा था कि शायद इस बार भी सिक्योरिटी का हवाला देकर कहीं जम्मू कश्मीर के चुनाव टाल ना दिए जाएं। लेकिन दूसरी तरफ रैंडमली आप देखिए कि सरकार जम्मू कश्मीर में लगातार बेहतर हालात की बात कर रही थी। जम्मू कश्मीर में G20 समिट का होना, टूरिस्ट जो है वो 1 करोड़ सवा करोड़ के आसपास टूरिस्ट का आना, तो ये सारी चीजें। और तीसरी बात ये की सुप्रीम कोर्ट की डेडलाइन, तो ये तीनों बातों को अगर हम एक साथ जोड़कर देखें तो हमें लग रहा था कि इलेक्शन कमीशन के लिए इस बार थोड़ा दाएं बाएं होने की गुंजाइश कम हो गई है, थोड़ा इलेक्शन से खिसकने की गुंजाइश बहुत कम हो गई थी। तो उस लिहाज से भी ये देखा जा रहा था। जम्मू कश्मीर में जैसा अभी इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने दौरा भी किया, और जम्मू की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जो उन्होंने कैटेगोरिकली कहा कि हालात का हवाला देकर सिक्योरिटी सिनेरियो की वजह से हम बार बार इलेक्शन को डिरेल नहीं कर सकते हैं, ये एक बहुत बड़ी बात थी, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेटमेंट थी इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया की। तो उससे लग रहा था कि इस साल जम्मू कश्मीर में चुनाव कराना इलेक्शन कमीशन के लिए जो है वो जरूरी होगा, क्योंकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट की डेडलाइन भी है। गवर्नमेंट खुद भी क्लेम कर रही है कि जम्मू कश्मीर के हालात बेहतर हुए हैं। पार्लियामेंट इलेक्शन में ओवरवेलमिंग रिस्पॉन्स और वोट परसेंटेज बड़ा हाई होना, तो ये सारी बातें इंडिकेट कर रही थी कि इस बार जम्मू कश्मीर में इलेक्शन होने के आसार पूरी तरह से बनते हुए दिखाई दे रहे थे।
Absolutely, I mean, it was historic participation that was seen in Lok Sabha elections, highest in many decades, with the average being around 58.58%. We have Nazir Masoodi, my colleague, joining us from Srinagar. Long queues of voters is what we saw, Nazir, across polling stations during Lok Sabha polls, and it was certainly seen as a testament of Jammu and Kashmir's democratic spirit, something that will be that is being said that anticipated or is expected in when the elections will be held in 3 phases.
Exactly. Unfortunately, there has been, gap between the narrative in the rest of the country and the reality on the ground. Elections and the voting, participation in democracy has always been a way of life. People have braved bloods, guns and voted. Boycott calls, and so many people have been killed for just their right to vote by militants. So now when militancy was actually waning, situation was getting better, people were asking one question: why elections are not happening? So after reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir was stripped of its special status under 370. Then after year, people were asking why government is not holding elections. There was delimitation, there was redrawing of the boundaries. So many things were happening. Finally, Election Commission announcing election despite the fact that many people were actually painting a doomsday-like situation in Jammu and Kashmir because of the spate of attacks in Jammu region where security force, particularly army, have been suffering large number of casualties, which is really unprecedented. But Election Commission has made it very clear that no internal or the external threat will be allowed to come in the way of elections, and nothing will be allowed to derail the electoral process, democratic process in Jammu and Kashmir. And if they do it, there's an attack and they will stop it. It would be like a chicken and egg situation, because elections in Jammu and Kashmir have been held in much worse situation. The worst phase of militancy in Jammu and Kashmir was in 2002, and that was the election, one of the most participative election in Jammu and Kashmir. So violence or the democracy,
Nazir,
as we
thank
say,
you so much for joining us, and thank you to all the guests who are joining us. I'm going to go straight to Kolkata, where West Bengal Chief Minister, in fact, Mamata Banerjee, has taken to the streets demanding death penalty for accused in the rape and murder case. You can see the Chief Minister, in fact, holding that roadshow or march on the streets of Kolkata. She has been saying that now that the probe has been handed over to the CBI, the investigation must be completed in a time-bound manner. She has been demanding that the doctors must come back to work. The protesting doctors have been continuing with their protests. Mamata Banerjee holding a rally in Kolkata, and so certainly we will try and connect with the reporters, but these are the visuals coming in. West Bengal Chief Minister, the only woman Chief Minister in India at present. She is the one who has taken this entire battle to the streets. She is standing with the doctors, she is standing with the women, and has been demanding justice for the 31-year-old doctor who was brutally raped and murdered at RG Kar Medical Hospital. She has been demanding death penalty. Questions have been raised on the role of Kolkata police. Did they tamper with evidence? Were efforts being made for some kind of cover-up? Now that the case has been handed over to the CBI, we can certainly expect some justice. Now that Kolkata CP has also held a press conference, and they are saying that no one from police informed the family that this was a case of suicide, and such news are fake. And it has also gone on to say that there is a lot of rumor mongering which is happening about the nature of investigation. A 3-member team, according to the police, conducted the postmortem, and it is on video. The CBI has accessed the postmortem video, and there is no doubt as far as transparency is concerned. So the Kolkata police facing a lot of questions and in the eye of the storm, certainly now coming out with its defense, but it has lots to explain, lots to really explain in terms of how did this entire investigation go so horribly wrong. The doctors, remember, have submitted their demands, and they have been demanding that they should be given protection. And this is not just about Bengal and Kolkata. This is playing out across India, where doctors have been protesting and saying that they are unsafe in their own working spaces. So a lot of questions being raised, of course, amidst nationwide uproar over the Kolkata hospital rape and murder. West Bengal Chief Minister is now on the streets. She has been demanding a death penalty for the guilty. She has also given an ultimatum to the CBI, which is the Central Bureau of Investigation, that the central agency that has taken over the case has to ensure capital punishment for the culprits. And with the protesters accusing the police, remember, of mishandling the case, and the Trinamool is being accused of trying to destroy evidence, this rally by the Chief Minister has definitely come as a surprise to many. She is facing a lot of questions, particularly from an aggressive opposition in the BJP. Mamata Banerjee also holds the home portfolio in Bengal. In fact, there has been a lot of public outrage and outrage over the case, and after this heinous crime which happened in Kolkata. And the CBI is now handling the case. This is what Mamata Banerjee had said, and they should be giving all the details of the investigation. And the deadline given by the Chief Minister to the Kolkata police to complete the investigation, remember, was August 17th. And the Trinamool Congress says that that must also apply to the Central Bureau of Investigation. On that note, and with these visuals, we are slipping into a short break.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
Now, a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
Now, a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area.
And after much outrage, KTR, BRS leader, has apologized for remarks after women's panel began its probe. Remember, KTR had spoken about women utilizing the state's free bus travel scheme, which was introduced shortly after the Congress came to power in the state this year. And Telangana's Women and Child Welfare Minister had condemned the statement on the comments of BRS Working President KT Rama Rao, saying it reflects a mindset towards women. KTR had mocked women peeling onions and garlic and travelling in the free bus service of the Congress government in Telangana, adding that he had no objection if they did so, or if they danced in the bus.
BRS Working President, Mr. KT Rama Rao, middle of a controversy, your comments saying that women can peel onions, can stitch, or even get into a break dance inside a bus has created quite an outrage. Now the commission, Women's Commission, says they'll have a probe, and the minister has asked you for an unconditional apology.
Well, I am expressing an unconditional apology. It was a slip of tongue, and I was saying things in jest. You know, when the government was trying to defend the free bus scheme, they kept saying that peeling onions and stitching sweaters, etc., is not such a bad thing. I said the same thing, and I said they even can break into a dance if need be. But of course, I see why there is a certain amount of outrage. So therefore, I have apologized unconditionally earlier this morning. And if Women's Commission does, in fact, call me, I will respond.
With that, we are slipping into a short break. Lots more news and updates on the other side.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. 10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
Now, a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, is that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad. Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
Now a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, is that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. 10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
Now, a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity.
News just coming in that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has received a telephone call from Professor Modi-Yunus, who is the chief advisor of government of Bangladesh. Prime Minister Modi, in fact, reiterated India's support for a democratic, stable, peaceful and progressive Bangladesh. The government has put out a detailed press release of this conversation which happened between Prime Minister Modi and Professor Modi-Yunus of Bangladesh. Prime Minister also went on to say that there is a need for the interim government to ensure safety and protection to Hindus and all other minority communities. In fact, what we are being told is that Professor Yunus has assured protection, safety and security of Hindus and all minorities in Bangladesh. The two leaders have also discussed ways to take the bilateral relationship between the two countries forward in line with the respective national priorities. And in fact, more details emerging in the Kolkata rape and murder horror. The Kolkata police chief has defended his force. Let's listen in.
You know how the investigation happens. The UD case is a natural process. Murder is an unnatural death. When there is immediately no, you have to do an inquest. Inquest is preceded by a UD case. So there is, I don't see why it is being spread that by starting a UD case, we wanted to hush up the matter and make it look like a suicide case.
And the winners of the 70th National Film Awards have been announced. In fact, Gulmohar, starring Manoj Bajpayee and Sharmila Tagore, has won the award for the best Hindi film. Best actress has gone to Nithya Menon and Manasi Parekh in Kutch Express. Best director to Suraj Barjatia Unchai for his film Unchai. And best supporting actor has gone to Pawan Malhotra from the film Fauji. The Election Commission, remember, has declared poll dates for Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana. 90 assembly constituencies in Jammu and Kashmir and 90 in Haryana will be polling the whole of September, and the results will be out on 4th of October. Jammu and Kashmir will be polling in 3 phases, while there will be a single phase voting for Haryana on 1st of October.
Nomination being on 5th of September. Last date of making nomination on 12th of September. Date of poll 1st October. And date of counting coinciding with J&K on 4th of October. Everything to be over on 6th of October. Elections in J&K will be held in 3 phases. 20th of August, just the next day of the Amarnath Yatra being complete, the 19th, would be the date of notification for the first phase. Nominations till 27th, scrutiny on the next day, 28th, and date of poll will be 18th of September, and it's a Wednesday. We are also keeping that in mind, not keeping Fridays and Mondays to give a longer holiday spell. Second phase would be on 29th of August, and the statutory period of nominations and all. Poll being on 25th of September. And phase 3, nomination on 5th of September, and every voting finishing on 1st of October. So counting would be on 4th of October, and everything would be over, bind up on 6th of October.
And cutting across to Kolkata, where West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is addressing a crowd. Let's listen in.
আমি জানি সিপিএম আর বিজেপি ভাঙচুরটা করেছে আরজি করে গিয়ে নাটক করেও যখন শেষ হয়নি আমি সাধারণ মানুষের প্রতিবাদকে স্যালুট জানাই সাধারণ মা বোনেদের সেখানে আমার কিছু বলার নেই নিশ্চয়ই তারা তাদের ঠিক কাজ করেছেন বলে আমার মনে হয় কিন্তু বলুন তো রাত্রি একটার সময়
blaming other political parties in a way for politicizing the issue. She's essentially saying that the left parties who went to RG Kar Hospital did a lot of drama, and there was actually no effort being put by anybody to resolve the situation.
ন্যাশনাল ফ্ল্যাগকে মিসইউজ করেছে পানিশমেন্ট হওয়া উচিত এটা একটা ক্রিমিনাল অফেন্স জাতীয় পতাকা নিয়ে কাউকে গুন্ডাগিরি করতে দেওয়া হয় না জাতীয় পতাকাকে স্যালুট জানাতে হয় সম্মান জানাতে হয় মনে রাখবেন মণিপুরে বিজেপি কটা টিম পাঠিয়েছিলেন সিপিএম কটা টিম পাঠিয়েছিলেন হাতরাসে কজনকে পাঠিয়েছিলেন উন্নয়তে কাকে পাঠিয়েছিলেন দিল্লিতে যখন এনআরসির নামে গাদা গাদা লোক খুন হয়ে গেল কটা টিম পাঠিয়েছিলেন আজকে বাংলায় একটা ইঁদুর কামড়ালেও আপনাকে 55টা 154টা টিম পাঠাতে হয়, লজ্জা করে না? আমাকে আপনারা যা ইচ্ছা বলুন, আমার গায়ে ফসকা পড়বে না। আমি মার খেতে খেতে একটা জীবন্ত লাশ হয়ে গেছি। আমি যতদিন বাঁচবো মানুষের কাজ করব। আমাকে চমকানি দেখাবেন না সিপিএম বিজেপি, আমাকে ধমকানি দেখাবেন না।
So, Mamata Banerjee, they're essentially saying that other political parties cannot intimidate her in any way. She also is in a way pointing out that these political parties have in fact been, other parties left as well as the Congress have in fact been using this issue to politicize and attack her and target her, but that she's not going to fall for these tactics. She'll not be intimidated by anybody.
জবাব দিন, জবাব চাই। আপনি ফোন করে করে বলেননি অনেক জায়গায় সব স্ট্রাইক বানাও। বিজেপি কি ভাবছেন বাংলাদেশে একটা দুর্ভাগ্যজনক ঘটনা ঘটেছে, এত ছাত্র মারা গেছে, আমরা বাংলাদেশ নিয়ে কথা বলতে পারি না? আমি বলিও না, তাই এটা দেশের ব্যাপার, দেশ দেখবে। কিন্তু আমরা শুধু ভদ্রতা করব আর আপনারা ভাববেন আমরা দুর্বল হয়ে গেছি, এটা নয়।
Mamata Banerjee also says that none of these tactics will actually be used by anybody to intimidate her, that TMC is not going to back down. This is not going to weaken the Bengal government or TMC in any way.
Enough to tackle the situation, enough to take the action. কামদুনির কেসে আমরা দুজনকে ফাঁসি দিয়েছিলাম, জেনে রাখুন। কোর্ট দেয়নি দিতে, তারা দিয়েছিল যাবজ্জীবন। এবারে আমরা ছাড়বো না, এবারে আমরা চাই ফাঁসি দিতে হবে। আপনারা ধনঞ্জয় চ্যাটার্জিকে ফাঁসি দিয়েছিলেন, এইখানে দাঁড়িয়ে বুদ্ধদেব বাবুশ্রী বলেছিলেন মীরা দেবী, কিন্তু সত্যিকারের লোক কি শাস্তি পেয়েছিল? পায়নি। এই তো প্রতিদিন কাগজে আমি রোজ পড়ছি একটা করে স্টোরি, তারা লিখছেন এলাকা থেকে যে ভদ্রলোককে দিয়ে জোর করে মিথ্যে কথা বলানো হয়েছিল আর নির্দোষী লোক শাস্তি পেয়েছিল, সে বলছে আমার আজকে অপরাধ বোধ হচ্ছে। আর ধনঞ্জয় বাবুর বউ বলছে আমি অ্যাটলিস্ট শান্তি পাচ্ছি। এই কথাটা শুনে আমি আজও বেঁচে আছি, যাতে আমার শান্তি, আমার আত্মা শান্তি পায়। কি মনে করবেন না এত তাড়াতাড়ি সব ভুলে গেলেন? ন্যাশনাল কমিশন পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছে বিজেপি, সব লোকজন বিজেপি পার্টি।
Mamata Banerjee also saying that the BJP is actually using its goons in order to flare up the situation, specifically talking about the vandalism which took place at the Arjikor hospital. She, in a way, once again is blaming the BJP for the violence there.
নিয়ম হচ্ছে একটা মহিলা কমিশন কাজ করলে সেখানে দ্বিতীয়টা হয় না, একটা ইনভেস্টিগেশন চললে প্যারালাল আরেকটা চলে না, এটা সিস্টেম। আর কি করেছেন? হোম ডিপার্টমেন্ট থেকে বলছেন নাইটে কি হয়েছে আমাদের রিপোর্ট দাও। তোমার কাছে রিপোর্ট নেই? তুমি মহারাজ, তুমি সাধু, তুমি মহারাজ সাধু হলে আজ আমরা চোর বটে। জিজ্ঞেস করুন রিপোর্ট তুমি পাওনি? তোমার রাজা তো তোমাকে রিপোর্ট দেওয়ার জন্যই বসে আছে। তোমার এখানে আইবি এসবি নেই, তোমার এখানে বিএসএফ নেই, তোমার এখানে সিপিআই নেই, তোমার এখানে ইডি নেই, তোমার এখানে মিডিয়া কন্ট্রোল করার মিডিয়া নেই, সব আছে। তা সত্ত্বেও তুমি গভর্নমেন্টকে বলছো সেদিন রাত্রে কি ঘটেছিল, যা যা পুলিশের কাছে এভিডেন্স আছে পুলিশ সব দিয়ে দিয়েছে। এখন তুমি নাও না রিপোর্ট সিবিআই এর কাছে। একদিন গেছিলাম ওর বাড়িতে সোমবার, মাকে বলে এসেছিলাম, বাবাকে ওদের সাথে কথা বলে পারমিশন নিয়ে যে আমাকে 4টে দিন টাইম দিন, রবিবারের মধ্যে যদি আমরা এই মামলার সবটা তদন্ত করে শেষ করতে না পারি আর ফাঁসির ব্যবস্থার জন্য বিচারালয়ে সবকিছু করতে না পারি, আপনি রবিবার দিন নিজেই সিবিআইকে দিয়ে দেবো। বলেছিলাম কি বলিনি? তাহলে আপনারা অপেক্ষা করতে পারতেন। সিপিএম পার্টি, বিজেপি পার্টি, আমি পরিবারকে দোষ দিই না, বলুন আপনারা মঙ্গলবার।
And with that, it's a wrap from me. I'll be joining you in just a bit. Thanks so much for watching.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Sharmila Tagore and Manoj Bajpayee starrer Gulmohar wins Best Film in Hindi category at the 70th National Film Festival Awards.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Haryana, Bhupinder Singh Hooda, had already held a press conference and he had given answer in detail saying they welcome this move and they are ready. Campaign has already been started working on the multiple issues also, and the main issue is unemployment, which they have been raising. They say even the farmers, that vote bank had already been drifted from the BJP. So let's see, the BJP has a lot of challenge. First, that anti-incumbency is there. They have been ruling in the state for the last 2 terms. So let's see that what political strategy they are going to opt, and at the same time we have seen some of the regional party INLD,
Right.
They had already forged alliance with the BSP, and JJP is also independently contesting elections. So let's see, very interesting political scenario this time in Haryana, because Aam Aadmi Party is the third party which is going to contest the election first time in Haryana. Back to studio.
Thank you, Gurpreet, for giving us those details. Haryana, a politically crucial state for not just the BJP, but also the Congress party, will go to polls on the 1st of October. Of course, the results will be announced on the 4th of October. This is going to be important because Haryana has seen only the BJP government for the last 10 years, and the Congress is also looking at an opportunity. That was Gurpreet Chinna, my colleague, giving us some details on that. Moving on to stories from other parts of the country. In the midst of a nationwide uproar over what happened in a Kolkata hospital, this rape and murder of a 31-year-old junior doctor that happened in RG Kar Medical Hospital, a state-owned government hospital, an episode that led to a national outrage of sorts across the country. Now, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee took out a rally in Kolkata today. She has given an ultimatum, a Sunday ultimatum, to the Central Bureau of Investigation that is probing this case. Remember that the Calcutta High Court had instructed the CBI to take over the probe of this case, and she has given a Sunday ultimatum to CBI to ensure that the accused is hanged till death by then. Mamata Banerjee has also alleged that it is the BJP that sent vandals to the RG Kar Medical Hospital on the eve of the Independence Day. Remember, almost 18 rooms of the RG Kar Medical Hospital were vandalized, medical equipment were stolen and also destroyed one day before Independence Day, even as women of Kolkata had taken out a march asking questions of the state government.
Why this impression is being created that UD case necessarily means it is a case of suicide? It is not true. Please, the entire population is being made to understand that UD case means suicide. We wanted to make it a case of suicide. It is not true. We have to be restrained in our response. We cannot be, using force left, right, and center just like that. Yes, despite that, the barricade was breached, and people got into this, vandalized the place. So later on, this thing, we had 15 people injured badly, including the DC North Division.
BJP, সব লোকজন BJP পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছে অ্যাসোসিয়েশনকে, মেডিকেল অ্যাসোসিয়েশন, ওটাও বিজেপি দিল্লি। আমাদের মহিলা কমিশন তার আগে পৌঁছে গেছিল। নিয়ম হচ্ছে একটা মহিলা কমিশন কাজ করলে সেখানে দ্বিতীয়টা হয় না, একটা ইনভেস্টিগেশন চললে প্যারালাল আরেকটা চলে না, এটা সিস্টেম। আর কি করেছেন? হোম ডিপার্টমেন্ট থেকে বলছেন নাইটে কি হয়েছে আমাদের রিপোর্ট দাও। তোমার কাছে রিপোর্ট নেই? আহা, তুমি মহারাজ, তুমি সাধু, তুমি মহারাজ সাধু বলে আজ আমরা চোর বটে। জিজ্ঞেস করুন, রিপোর্ট তুমি পাওনি? তোমার রাজা তো তোমাকে রিপোর্ট দেওয়ার জন্যই বসে আছে। তোমার এখানে আইবিএসবি নেই, তোমার এখানে বিএসএফ নেই, তোমার এখানে সিপিআই নেই, তোমার এখানে ইডি নেই, তোমার এখানে মিডিয়া কন্ট্রোল করার মিডিয়া নেই, সব আছে। তা সত্ত্বেও তুমি গভর্নমেন্টকে বলছো সেদিন রাত্রে কি ঘটেছিল?
Moving on, the winners of the 70th National Film Awards have been announced today, celebrating the best in cinema from 2022. In fact, Gulmohar, which is a film starring Manoj Bajpayee and Sharmila Tagore, has gotten the award in the best film category. Best actress has gone to Nitya Menon in Tiruchitrabalam, and of course, Mansi Parekh has been awarded best actress in Kutch Express. The best director has gone to Suraj Barjatia for Unchai. Unchai, the film, has also bagged the best actress for Neena Gupta and best supporting actor for Pawan Malhotra. My colleague Sam Daniel, in fact, is with the best female singer, Bombay Jayashree. Let's go across to him.
Thank you, Vasudha. I have with me the Nightingale of the South, Bombay Jayashree, who has been awarded the Best Female Playback Singer. Thank you very much. Congratulations. How does it feel, your first award?
I'm grateful. I'm delighted for this national award, and it's come for this Malayalam song by Pali Francis. Thank you so much for having me.
Tell me about the experience of this particular number. It's called the Chayum Veil for the film Saudi Velaka.
Yeah,
it's a Malayalam film.
It's a Malayalam film, and I sang it for a debutant music director, Pali. It's his first music production. And I remember coming back home and telling my people at home that I sang a very enchanting song, lovely melody. So it was a lovely experience.
Did you at that time imagine that the number would fetch you the National Best Female Playback Singer Award?
Absolutely not.
Tell us about the context of that film.
The what?
The context, the meaning of the film.
I haven't seen the film.
The meaning of the song?
It's a very pleasant love song. And unfortunately, I haven't seen the film.
You have made a remarkable comeback. A few years ago, you suffered a health emergency. You were hospitalized in UK for a long time. Even there, I understand you spent time while recovering, writing songs. Tell us about that, how that helped you to make a comeback.
Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, I was on a concert tour in the UK, and it's in Liverpool that I suffered this brain hemorrhage, aneurysm. But what brought me back is music, which is the only thing I know, and God's grace, of course. And my family was with me, my husband Ramnath and my son Amrit, who is a composer and a singer. So he kept nudging me to revive with me. So he kept singing through, and that's when I wrote a couple of songs, one of which is to be released very soon.
Nyabagam.
Yeah, Nyabagam was for the film Varshangal Sesham, Arsangalika Sesham. I also wrote a Tamil song which is going to be released as an independent song very soon.
Right. And in 2013, if my memory is right, you were nominated for Oscar Awards for your song in the Pi's Lullaby from Pi's, what do you call it? Life of Pi. Tell us about that experience and how that has kept you completely motivated.
Oh yes, that was fantastic. First of all, recording the song for Ang Lee sir and Michael Dana sir was a great experience, and the film itself is a coming together of so many cultures. Chinese, Canadian, Tamil. The story is about a Tamil boy who goes on a ship and befriends a tiger. So that was a great experience, recording that song and then going right up to the Oscars and representing India for music.
And what does this award mean now?
Every award is very special. And a national award coming from the government is very unique when you are recognized, and the song is recognized through this, the music director, the film, everything gets a recognition. So I feel very, very grateful and absolutely delighted, overjoyed.
You come from a musical family, and your family, your son and your husband, all of them are deeply into music. Your son, who used to be an independent singer, independent musician, has now emerged to be a full-time musician scoring films, music for films. Yes. Has he taken it from you?
Well, yes, everybody in the family, both sides, loves and practices music. So ultimately, of course, it's his choice to take it up as his life and take the music forward. So we're very absolutely happy for him and willing to give all our support for his plans, his dreams and his passion.
What kind of tips you have been giving him?
I don't give him tips except support, motherly support. Of course, he has learnt music not only from me, from several great gurus. So otherwise, I'm just a quiet, affectionate mother, and I hope to be just that.
Best Playback Singer awardee, who has been your inspiration all these years?
Well, so many musicians across India. I grew up in Bombay, I was born in Calcutta, so there's a little bit of every culture in me. And so many singers have paved the way for me and many singers of my generation. So each one is an inspiration.
I also want to speak to Amrit if I can. The family must be extremely excited, Amrit. You're also a musician.
Yeah, honestly, it's. I think it came quite a surprise to us. I'm a big fan of Polly Francis, and it's a beautiful song. And I think about 1.5 years ago when it came out, I remember after the recording, it was sort of like ringing in my head for a while, and I'm glad that it's got the recognition it deserves. I think it's a beautiful song. I haven't watched the movie yet, but yeah.
Who broke the story to your mom first?
I got a call from a friend who's also an actor, and her film got a national award as well. And she said, "Congratulations to you." And I was like, "What are you congratulating me for?" And then I found out that it's for my mom's national award. So yeah.
What kind of tips does she give you, and in what way you have been inspired by your mom?
Honestly, I mean, like she said, she's just been a pillar along with my dad. They're both incredible pillars, and they both sort of been my best friends and also my institution since I've been spending most of my time just working with music. So no specific tips, but just support.
Right. Jayashree, so much of influence of artificial intelligence technology in music. Do you use that? How much has that changed the field of music?
Well, it's not yet in my way. I'm sure there's a lot good that AI does, but I am neither aware of what it is capable of or what it does. I have no encounter with AI as for now, but I'm sure it will be there on the way.
And what next for you in terms of your musical journey, your career?
Practicing, and I'm composing for a Singapore-based production company, which is a dance drama, to be premiered in Chennai and Singapore by the end of the year.
In your view, why is music important?
There's no friend like music. I think music can be your closest friend in times of ups and downs, and to just be a non-judgmental friend that can only give. I think that's the reason we have this gift from nature, music, to make us better individuals, to feel better, to empathize with everyone around you. That's what music does, and it shapes you to be a beautiful person.
Right. And you still write?
Yes, I try to.
You write poems or songs for lyrics for films?
Yeah, simple songs. Yeah.
And you are a disciple of Lalgudi Jayaraman, the legendary musician. Tell us about your experience of being trained or learning from him.
That was the biggest turning point in my life when he decided to take me under his wings. Right. An extraordinarily great, legendary musician, as well as a human being who was willing to offer and give his students, which included me, so much. So I feel very blessed to have been trained by him.
Thank you so much for your time. And we have Mr. Ramnath, very shy, standing the other side, on the side. I'm going to nudge him to speak. How do you look at this? Did you expect it?
Well, no, not really. When my son Amrit informed me, I was driving actually, and I was quite thrilled. And as I was entering my house, Pali Francis, the music director, he called me and told me in Malayalam that this is what has happened, and then I broke the news to Jayashree. It's a lovely moment.
Have you watched the film on screen?
No, I haven't watched the film. I haven't heard the song. But after the award was announced, I listened to the song. It's beautiful. And I think it deserved an award.
Right. Thank you very much for your time, and congratulations again, Jayashree, and wish you all the best. That was Bombay Jayashree and her family talking to us as she has received the Best Female Playback Singer Award given by the National Film Awards.
So continuing with our conversations with the National Film Awards winners, Sharmila Tagore, veteran actor, also spoke to NDTV on her recent win of the National Film Award. This was for her performance in the movie Gulmohar.
Ma'am, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. Many congratulations on the big win at the National Film Awards.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Does this come as
so much to us.
Right. Does this come as a bit of a surprise, or were you expecting it?
No, we were not expecting it, and I was absolutely over the moon because it's so well deserved. Rahul is a first-time director. This is his debut, and this film has had such a wonderful journey because everyone, I mean, from the audience reaction, they loved the film, and then many awards from all forums. So, I mean, obviously the National Film Award is the icing on the cake, and we're absolutely thrilled with this. And Manoj also gets a special mention. I think it's, and also it's got for the best dialogue. So I think it's wonderful, and I'm so happy for Rahul and for all of us.
Right, ma'am, the fact is that do you think this is the moment in a way that OTT movies have arrived? Because this was a movie which released on an OTT platform. It's not a big screen picture which got the most coveted award at the National Film Awards. So how do you see this as a moment when OTT films are getting the top recognition as far as movies in the country is concerned?
See, film is a film, and it, you can't really differentiate. Obviously, it's wonderful to see it on a big screen. That doesn't really compare because a small screen and a big screen, there's a huge difference sitting together with the audience and enjoying the film. And had we then, thought of releasing it on on theatre instead of OTT, I think it would have been wonderful. But at that time, we didn't know. The producers didn't know that this will be such a success. I think had we released it, because we've seen it, we had a few screening on the big screen, and that was even a more enhanced experience. And film is a film. I mean, Lapata Ladies has released on the big screen, and I'm sure it would have been a great success had it been on OTT also. So it just happened to be on OTT. Let's not compare it, but OTT at least has more appetite for our kind of film.
Time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
EC declares poll dates for Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana, J&K to vote in 3 phases, 18th and 25th of September and the 1st of October. Haryana will vote on the 1st of October. The results will be declared on the 4th of October. Mamata Banerjee, West Bengal Chief Minister, takes to the streets over the rape and murder. Horrific incident. The Chief Minister has said that our BJP in fact sent its goons to Arjikar Medical Hospital. Calcutta High Court has meanwhile slammed the state over the vandalism that took place on the eve of Independence Day. Bangladesh interim government head Modi-Yunus has spoken to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. PM Modi has said that Modi-Yunus has assured the safety of minorities. PRS leader KTR shocker insensitive comment on women. KTR has apologized, but he had said that women can do breakdance in buses. After backlash, he has apologized now, and he has spoken to NDTV saying that the comment was made in lighter way.
Get the magic of the best working for you now.
Link your payment cards once, collect rewards forever.
This week on India Ascends.
Top voices on India at 2030. How will India shape the world order? The world's third largest economy. From climate change to disaster relief. Leading the global south.
All this and more only on India Ascends with me, Gauri Dwivedi, at these timings on the NDTV network.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Ascends, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient.
Judicial digital infra push is the future of Indian judiciary in online courts. In fact, Kerala High Court has taken the lead here. The High Court has set up its first digital High Court branch in the district of Kollam. This is a significant initiative by the Kerala High Court, and it is being launched. It has been launched by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud. This is country's first exclusive digital court for negotiable instrument act cases. This has come up in Kollam. Joining me now is N.S. Napinai, who is an advocate and also founder of Cyber Sathi, and public policy expert Khushbu Jain. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining me on this broadcast. Napinai ma'am, to you first. You also appeared for the Kerala government in the sprinkler case, which actually exposed the inadequacies when it came to the Data Protection Act. And Sprinkler had also talked about the importance of anonymity, the importance of privacy. What happens to, these concerns when we move towards something like online courts?
The first thing I would like to say is that kudos to the Kerala government and, in fact, it's a national initiative, I would say, for adapting technology. Because we need to see how we can use technology to our benefit. In the case that you mentioned now, Vasudha, there also the issue was about the concerns on data protection when, technology was being used during the COVID pandemic. And it was again kudos to the government that they volunteered to anonymize the data to protect health data, which is tagged at the time as sensitive personal information. And that was a positive step forward because, under that law as it was then, governments were not even covered. So just moving back to what we are seeing today, this is something I would say as a next step to the e-court initiative that that was taken up by the Supreme Court in 2005. A lot has happened, and a lot more remains to happen. But this is a great further step, I would say, in terms of networking, in terms of connecting courts to be able to share data, and most importantly, to provide speedy justice.
Right. Khushbu Jain, a question that everybody seems to be asking is, will online courts help in reducing the lengthy backlogs that Indian courts are known for? During COVID, we did see those online hearings. In fact, when it came to the same-sex marriages, I quite enjoyed and sort of like found the online hearings very helpful. In some ways, do you think that this will be helpful to the judiciary, and do you think that this is the future of Indian justice system?
Absolutely. If you'll see, there are more than 4 crore matters which have been pending, total matters which have been pending, vary between different court in India. Now, if you look into technology, will in a way enable, because if you'll see, there are 3 steps to it: lack of infrastructure, increasing the number of judges, and at the same time making sure that there are no pendency of the matters, the continuous pendency. And this pendency of matters, the continuous date comes is because of the aspect that tomorrow the lawyer is is in the aspect that I'm today in this court, and tomorrow the matter is listed in another city in a court. So this will in a way help out that virtually one can sit, and these kind of matters, especially the petty cases which are there, these can be solved seamlessly and swiftly, so that this pendency decreases. At the same time, when you look into this will also, it's not just about pendency, but this is such a ease when it comes to technology being adopted, because if you look into India, people have to travel to go to the court when it comes to filing of the cases, when it comes to deposing, when it comes to recording of statements. And if you'll see the new law which have been come up and adoption of these kind of e-courts, the filing is done swiftly, the dates are coming smoothly, and this will help out that people in their own location can appear in the court and can get that speedy justice which we are talking about. So it will bring in that transparency, accountability, and at the same time, the speedy fair trial which we talk about.
Right. Nabine ma'am, also help us understand how can courts also go beyond, using technology to help common people assemble evidence, understand law better, and also how will dispute resolution take place? Because one thing that we keep talking about is settlement, mediation. How do these non-judicial processes, how will these be accommodated in the online world?
Interestingly, it appears that along with this online court initiative, there is also an alternate dispute resolution online process which is being inaugurated by the Chief Justice of India. So it's wonderful that both of these initiatives are going hand in hand. Just to take it a little bit further beyond what we already have in terms of news, Vasudha, you've touched upon a very important aspect, which is mediation. And the first step to mediation is for parties to understand what is happening in court. To me, the biggest advantage that has happened post-COVID lockdown, and with us moving to virtual courts and now having hybrid courts, is the ease of access to the common man to what is happening in court, what is happening to his case, where is it proceeding, how is it proceeding. So even if they want to just watch what is happening in court to understand trends, they now have that opportunity. They will be able to understand better beyond what their lawyer is informing them of where they stand in a particular case and take an informed decision. I'm not for a moment suggesting that their lawyer would not guide them right. I'm just saying that here is information which is in addition to that. So I feel that this whole process of adapting technology to bring the process of law closer to every single individual for whose sake the very system exists is a big leap forward. We need to know as individuals what courts are meant to be, what is the meaning of a legal system and how it is supposed to function and how it is supposed to help us.
Yes, thank you, Napine ma'am, and thank you, Khushbu, for joining us on this discussion. Important day for Indian judiciary and court system with Kochi, with the first, online court coming up in Kollam in Kerala. Of course, this has been inaugurated by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud himself. Going across to another important story that today has been witnessing, Smriti Irani, former WCD minister and BJP leader, is talking about the horrific rape and murder case that happened happened in Kolkata, which has of course sent shockwaves across the country. Let's listen in to what she's saying.
मॉब को कंट्रोल किया जाए, रेपिस्ट अगर और हैं तो उनको ढूंढा जाए.
मैम एक सवाल है, केंद्रीय मंत्री और बंगाल के प्रेसिडेंट सुकांता मजूमदार प्रोटेस्ट में बैठे थे, उनको हिरासत में ले लिया गया, जबकि मुख्यमंत्री ममता बनर्जी रैली निकालती है.
मैं दोबारा कह रही हूँ, keep your focus on the victim. We are here today for a girl who was brutalized because she went to work in a hospital hoping to save lives. My question is again, a young woman after hours of duty trying to save lives in a hospital wanted to just rest. She was raped, her legs broken, her nails taken out, her chest beaten, injury on her belly, her eyes also injured, bleeding from the vagina, bleeding from her eyes, injury on the lips. All these reports are out in the media. Did she not scream? Of course she would have. Was there nobody who heard her? And was it possible for one man to do this? Why is it that a rapist felt safe enough after raping a woman to go back, and people who came out to protest so that a woman gets justice are attacked by a mob?
Ma'am, Chief Minister gives deadline to CBI to conclude the investigation by Sunday.
Does the Chief Minister of Bengal want to ensure that investigations are not completed in totality? Why is she in a hurry, knowing that these questions are still unanswered? Why did not the Kolkata police bring to justice the officer who has informed the parents that the girl committed suicide? Under whose instruction was that call made? Why is it that a petition says that there was 150 mg of semen found in the girl's body? And why is it that no action, no statement has come out which in some way gives people of our country an understanding as to who the perpetrator or perpetrators of the crime are? Can you imagine a barbaric, brutal act like rape takes place on a floor? Who in the hospital administration thought that renovation should be done? How did that hospital staff know that that area which they hoped to get renovated was also not a part of the crime scene? And is this
That was BJP leader and also former minister Smriti Irani speaking on the horrific rape and murder case that happened in West Bengal, in Kolkata some days ago. Of course, that sent shockwaves across the country. And today the protesters were also assaulted. She's talking about how this will lead to a nationwide agitation of sorts. That was Smriti Irani speaking in Calcutta on the Calcutta horror. Moving on to other stories, Jagdeep Dhankar, the Vice President, has now hit out at people spreading narratives that he says will disrupt the Indian economy. He has said, without taking names, extremely worrying that a person holding a constitutional position asking Supreme Court to give wings to a narrative aimed at destroying our economy. This is what Jagdeep Dhankar, the Vice President and the Chairperson of the Rajya Sabha, said today. He was, of course, referring to Rahul Gandhi, who is a leader of opposition, and he was speaking at a law college today in the national capital, and he has said that people holding constitutional positions are asking Supreme Court to give wings to a narrative aimed at destroying the economy, and that is extremely worrying.
Jurisdiction of institution is defined by the Indian Constitution, be it legislature, be it executive, be it judiciary. Jurisdiction of courts is decided. Constitution provides original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction. It provides review also. But we have curative. If you do not focus on these nuances, I wonder who shall do it. Think about it. I got extremely worried when a person holding constitutional position just last week declared in a well-publicized media, I would say, campaign, beseeching Supreme Court to suo motu invoke jurisdiction to give wings to a narrative aimed at destroying our economy.
Meanwhile, the head of the interim government in Bangladesh, Modi-Yunus, has spoken to Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. This is the head of the interim government of Bangladesh. In fact, he dialed Prime Minister Narendra Modi today. And the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, has said that Modi-Yunus has assured the safety of minorities in Bangladesh. Remember, there have been at least 200 attacks on the Hindu minority that lives in Bangladesh. It's about 8% of the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi received this call from Bangladesh's interim government head, Modi-Yunus, today.
हमारे हाई कमिश्नर वहाँ के जो एडवाइज़र हैं फॉरेन अफेयर्स के, उनसे उनकी मुलाकात हुई। उस मुलाकात के दौरान उन्होंने जितने हमारे मुद्दे हैं, द्विपक्षीय मुद्दे में बातचीत हुई। उस दौरान जो वहाँ पर हिंदूज़ हैं और जो हमारे माइनॉरिटी वर्ग के लोग हैं, उनकी सुरक्षा को लेकर भी बातचीत हुई। और हमारा ये मानना है कि हमारा आशा भी है कि जल्दी से जल्दी वहाँ पर नॉर्मलसी आए, ताकि वहाँ पर जो हमारे अल्पसंख्यक के लोग हैं, हिंदू वर्ग के लोग हैं, वो लोग सुरक्षित हों और उनकी सेफ्टी और प्रोटेक्शन का ध्यान दिया जाए।
Moving on, after much outrage, BRS leader K.T. Ramarao has apologized for his remarks on women, saying that women are busy peeling onions and garlic while using the free bus transport services provided by the state government of India. This is also after a women's panel began the probe into his comments. During a speech to party workers, KTR spoke about women utilizing the state's free bus travel scheme, which was introduced shortly after the Congress came to power in the state. Telangana's Women and Child Welfare Minister Sitaka, in fact, was among the first to come out and condemn the ex-minister's comments, and she has said that it reflects a certain mindset towards women.
BRS Working President, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, middle of a controversy, your comments saying that women can peel onions, can stitch, or even get into a break dance inside a bus has created quite an outrage. Now the Women's Commission says they'll have a probe, and the minister has asked you for an unconditional apology.
Well, I am expressing an unconditional apology. It was a slip of tongue, and I was saying things in jest. You know, when the government was trying to defend the free bus scheme, they kept saying that peeling onions and stitching sweaters, etc., is not such a bad thing. I said the same thing, and I said they even can break into a dance if need be. But of course, I see why there is a certain amount of outrage. So therefore, I have apologized unconditionally earlier this morning. And if Women's Commission does, in fact, call me, I will respond.
Time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.
This week on India Ascends.
Top voices on India at 2030. How will India shape the world order? The world's third largest economy. From climate change to disaster relief. Leading the global south.
All this and more only on India Ascends with me, Gauri Dwivedi, at these timings on the NDTV network.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Hello and welcome to India Ascends, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
Now a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, is that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty.